Let's talk about the pressure to create, because this came up in a new client session today, and it's something that brought a ton of relief, this conversation, to my clients. So I figured I would share it here with you while we're cooking dinner. Yes, that's right. And how funny is it that it's easier to create content using my phone while doing something else than it is for me to sit in front of my computer and record a podcast episode? I mean, I can do it, but it's not something that I'm like always jumping to do. Do you feel me on that one? All right, so let's talk about the pressure to create content all the time, because this came up and it's something that we're always feeling, that pressure, myself included. Don't get me wrong, I feel it too. But we feel the pressure to, and let me know your thoughts, of course, down below if there's a place for you to comment, which on social media there will be. Hint, hint. So when you're thinking about creating your content, I want you to think about it a little differently, because we get so hung up, myself included, all of us, with the likes, the shares, the comments, the reach, how, all the data, all the analytics that we're so grateful to get from these platforms: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of them, YouTube, everything, right? So it's nice that we get this information, but at the same time, it's a curse. It's a curse because it's information overload. It's almost like the curse of knowledge, because we know that our reach only was, well, let's just say views. We'll just keep it simple. Our views on a video were only 200. And we're like, wait, what about, why can't I get past 200? Why can't I get 1 million views when my content's good? And to be fair, it could actually be really good compared to, let's say, the peeling of an egg. I know, it's crazy, but that was the example that somebody had brought up, and they had a lot of people watching this video and would spend minutes, like more than 10, to watch this video. Not just my client, but also people who are tuning into the channels to watch somebody peel an egg. Like, I mean, that's crazy, right? Versus you actually bringing some good value in your videos. But here's the thing with that example too. Hopefully you're sticking with me on this, because I'm going to be jumping a little bit. But the example that I gave was, it was so simple. It was so simple. There wasn't a ton of things happening on the screen. There wasn't a ton of attention-grabbing headlines with banners and highly polished and advertisement. It was so simple. It was somebody peeling an egg. So our brains were like, whew, I can take a little break. I don't need to process anything. This is nice. This is nice. Where has this egg been all my life? Like, it's just that moment that our brains need, which is why that video blew up and why so many people are doing it. Well, not so many, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so there was that example. So let's get back to the curse of the content knowledge here, and all the data that we're blessed to be able to get. Yes, data will help with your marketing efforts and all of that. But if you're finding it challenging to create your content, you're getting stuck on actually creating and posting it, then the problem is, one, do you know your topic and your talking points? Typically, you always want to have one topic, up to 3 talking points, and go ahead and hit record and share your expertise. Then, once you get past that part, it's the fact of, well, what are people going to say about me? What are they going to like? What are they not going to like? Am I going to reach enough people? And then you post your content and you're like, I got 4 people who joined me live, or my reach was only 100 people. All of my videos flopped and my shadow banned, like all the things, right? We've all gone through that, and we all go through that probably right now as I'm speaking. So let's break it down and think about it this way. What if we didn't have that data? What if we didn't know how many people our video would reach? How many people would share our content? How many people would save our content? What if we didn't know any of that? Would you still create content and would you still post it? No, for real, would you? Would you still create content if you knew that you weren't going to have any data from it? So let me paint the picture a little bit bigger. You know people are using social media. You know social media is going to help your business in one way or another. But the only change is that you also know the platforms do not provide any data for you. So you're just straight posting and ghosting. No, I'm just kidding. You're straight posting and seeing what happens. Would you still create content? Some of you might say no, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that the majority of people watching this who are actually wanting to do something with their marketing efforts and have some kind of change with their social media would say yes. Yes, you would still create your content even though you don't have any data from the platforms. Why is that? Well, let's take it back to before social media. What did we do before social media when we wanted to promote our business? We would, and there's probably many ways, so let's just keep it simple. I'll help guide you. Just bear with me. So let's take it back to coffee shop days. You would go to the coffee shop. You would find the bulletin board. You would put your flyer or your business card up on that bulletin board. That was your task. You didn't know how many people would drive by it. You wouldn't know how many people would walk by it. You don't know how many people would actually take a card, let alone see the card, but you still did it anyway. And then you would repeat that process every few days or every week to replenish that information. That's how I look at social media. It's a tool that we get to use in our business to promote our business. Whether it reaches one person or 1 million people, it's not the point. The point is that I took an idea, I created something, and I put it out there to see what happens. Then, whatever happens, I make a plan to move forward with that. Right? It's all about the actions that we take and how we adapt from there. So think about social media a little bit differently. Look at marketing yourself a little differently. Use video, of course. Put your messages out there. Test things. And don't have such high expectations. And don't feel like the platforms don't like you. And that we can't control that. All we can control is who we are, what we do, and what we're going to do with people who take action, right? If somebody likes our video and comments, great. Our next action is follow up in the comments. Say thank you. Check in. Why did they like this video? Whatever it may be. So think about the coffee shop experience. Apply that to your social media. Take some pressure off your shoulders about posting. Figure out, there's so much more to this conversation. We're just cramming it all into less than 10 minutes here, okay? This is something that I spend a lot of time with my clients on. We can get a lot done in an hour, but this is 10 minutes, okay? So crash course. So simplify the process for yourself. If you're finding it hard to create your content, time block, simplify 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 pieces of content that you're going to create at most at one time. Then you're going to figure out what your call to action is. I'm going to run out of time, so I'll just stop there. Just break it down. Think about the coffee shop experience. Pretend like you don't have any data from these platforms. Create your content, put it out there, see what happens, and go from there. If you need help, you know who to call. Reach out. I'm here for you.